There we go. Now it's going. There we go. Stream's back. Stream's back, up and running. Hello, gentlemen. How's it going, sir? Had some issues with the stream. Had to relaunch it. She's heard again. That's too bad. Hey, gentlemen. How's it going, sir? We've been streaming for about 40 minutes. Had some issues with the OBS. That's unfortunately the nature of the beast when you do stuff live. Stuff can break. Can't help that. Had some issues with lag. Looks to be okay now. Hopefully everybody comes back into the stream. They should have got another email alert that I just didn't haphazardly want to get rid of them. So thank you guys for coming back into the stream. Make sure this is working okay. Yep. It's better now. OBS is the issue. It's the streaming software that, for some reason, just starts locking up. Jabberjaw? Yep, I remember Jabberjaw. Old school cartoon, Hanna-Barbera based property. I remember stuff that linked off of it, things like Speed Buggy, another one that I love. Surprised they have not yet done a Funko for that yet, surprisingly. But we were talking at the end there before the stream decided to just crap out. Some people were into Ninja Turtles. Some people were into... Let me go back up looking here. Hector had it. Talking about Hector stuff. Power Rangers. Another good property. Old school vintage properties. Toys from Your Youth is the name of the stream this time, guys. What other stuff do you guys like? Do I collect Funko Hanna-Barberas? I have a few of them. I eventually want to get my hands on the Quick Draw McGraw one. I've never yet gotten him. I want to get that one definitely. I'd love for him to come out with a Speed Buggy. Probably it'd be good if they made him a 6-inch pop because he was a big car. I think that'd be cool. I remember Jabberjaw. I remember Josie and the Pussycats. Things like that. Definitely remember the old school stuff. Absolutely. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Go back down here. Come on. Take a look at some stuff here. Yeah, I see the issues with the stream. Just looking at some of the old stuff. Reports for the stream. But what other vintage stuff do you guys like in your youth? What other toys did you guys collect? We talked about G.I. Joe. We talked about Transformers. We talked about Thundercats. We could talk Silverhawks. Silverhawks was another good toy back in the day. Action feature, they were vacuum metallized figures. They had wings that were sort of soft. They were about, I want to say, this tall, about. Old McDonald's toys. Absolutely. That should be in there as well. I remember some of the old school McDonald's toys. And those stuff, the older McDonald's toys, there's definitely a market for it. People actually really go about and want those old school toys. I remember Gak, absolutely. Centurions, King Snake, big. Definitely remember me some Centurions. GoBots came out in the U.S. before Transformers. They probably did. I don't even remember. Centurions, if you're not familiar, Centurions were bigger figures. They were like this tall. And what made Centurions kind of cool is they had specialized armor where you could take pieces and put the pieces of gear anywhere you wanted. So they're basically interchangeable anywhere on the entire figure, which made it very, very cool. I definitely remember old school Centurions, so it's a very, very cool idea. And what's cool is that if you, let's say you had, oh, I don't know, a gun that you liked for the air guy, you could put it on the water guy as well. The parts were interchangeable, and you could move those parts from figure to figure. And it was very, very cool. I definitely really liked the old school Centurions. Very, very cool toy. I would not put it past, I think it was Hasbro, to actually revitalize that line somewhere down the line. I think eventually it's going to be coming back out. I don't know when, but definitely think it would come back out. As far as gentlemen with Gak, I remember Gak. Absolutely. I remember Mad Balls. Mad Balls, another great toy back in the day. Yeah, they had old school spaceships in their Happy Meals. I remember they came out with. I definitely remember this. They had Looney Tune versions of characters for DC. Let's say they had. I think Daffy Duck was Batman. Literally, it was like him in this weird arm pose. It was two pieces of armor that would attach to the figure and make him into Batman. You couldn't. There was no articulation at all. You snap the armor off, snap the armor on. I think Bugs is Superman. Um, I definitely remember those two specific figures, and they were very, very cool. They had Transformers like figures for their Happy Meal foods. Like you could get a piece of hotcakes. It looked like a hotcakes, and it will convert into a robot. It was about this big, and you would just convert it into like a little robot guy. It was very, very cool. I remember the old school Transformers. They were very, very neat back in the day for those converting Happy Meal food toys. I definitely remember those ones. Absolutely, absolutely. Make sure we're good. Cool. Awesome. No issues with the stream now. Yeah. I know they have the license to it. They should reboot the Centurions. They're still trying right now to get Robotech off the ground. It's been in rewrite hell right now. I know that it was supposed to be attached to Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio, were supposed to be linked into Robotech. It was an old school anime. We talked about that last week. It was originally 3 different Japanese animes: Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, you had Southern Cross, and you had Mospeada. There were 3 separate, completely different animes that Harmony Gold linked the continuity and made them all interlinked together. So you had enough cartoons to make syndication, and you had to have X amount of episodes to make syndication. Each show by themselves could not be syndicated, but all 3 connected together was able to be syndicated. So it's one of the things that eventually they're going to try to do is bring back Robotech. Remember Battle Beasts? Who remembers Battle Beasts? That had a relaunch a couple years ago, actually. Battle Beasts was a very, very cool gimmick back in the day. It was little monsters with rub symbols. Yes, I remember the Lions from a few years ago. They had, not only did they have for the new Voltron Netflix show, you had the modern Lions and you had the legendary Lion, Voltron Force. They had 2 completely different sets of Voltron Lion teams. I haven't seen one in years, Hector. In years, I've never seen Honeycomb. I don't know. Commercials and toys back in the day, from what you saw back in the day for commercials, is not the same stuff you see now. But I have not seen it in a long time. I love me the Battle Beasts. It was, of course, a rock, paper, scissor based game. You had, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, you had fire, water, and I think it was earth? Was it earth? Hey, Tony, how's it going, sir? We're talking toys of your youth. We had some issues with the stream a couple minutes ago. I was able to recover it with no problem. It's OBS. It's the actual video encoding software is the problem right now. Doing good, sir. Doing good. You had wood, fire, and water. It was wood, fire, and water. Those 3. Yeah, wood, fire, and water. And you had, like, literally a Transformers rub symbol on the chest, and it told you what affiliation that guy belonged to. They were very neat little figures. If I remember correctly, there was no articulation, right, AA? I could be wrong. I remember Beanie Babies. You had, of course, McDonald's Beanie Babies as well, and they were very, very valuable. I don't know if they're still valuable now. Cabbage Patch Kids. I remember Cabbage Patch Kids. Or Garbage Pail Kids. Those were more cards and stickers than they were toys. But I remember that stuff as well. But Beanie Babies, absolutely remember Beanie Babies. My mom had a few Beanie Babies as well. She would usually go to McDonald's and just buy them. She had a big collection of them just to collect them for the sake of collecting them. Because I think she got them from my niece, I believe. And they have like a huge stack of them still in the packaging. Then movable, the arms could just go up and down, right? And they came with weapons. And I don't think they were that expensive. I think they came in 2-packs. I want to say 2-packs. I could be wrong on that. Another toy line we didn't talk about. We have to talk about it. It's Mask. Mobile Armored Strike Command. If you're not familiar with it, very, very cool show. Very, very cool toy. Yep. And I mean, Mask was a very, very cool, both a cartoon and a toy line. Usually, the really successful toy lines usually had the cartoon backing it. Sometimes it happened that way, sometimes it didn't. Yeah, there were two packs. I remember Muscle. You gotta remember Muscle Men, the little pink figures. Everybody used to love Muscle. They were very, very cool. But as far as Mask went, I know they're probably going to relaunch that one sometime in the near future. Only because of all the Hasbro licenses have been now interlocked together to share the same universe. I think they did, yeah. I think they did. I used to have a lot of the smaller vehicles because they weren't very expensive. I remember Condor. I had Condor, which was basically a green motorcycle. Let me see if I can find a picture so you can see what it looks like. He was a green motorcycle that would convert into a helicopter. Condor. One second here, guys. Mask. This is a good picture of him right here. Get him on my phone here. That was what a Mask figure looked like. If you look, you can see over here, right here. It was a bike, and the back of the bike swiveled up, and you had the back wheel swung up to make the back tail fin. And this figure was about the size of my pen here, a little smaller than this pen. But very, very cool toy. The toy and the cartoon was great. They had some very, very cool toys back in the day. You had stuff like, I remember this guy, Wildcat. Wait for it to focus in. Which was a truck that popped up. So it was, they had like, they were trying to tap into that Transformer-esque type of idea without calling it a Transformer. It didn't transform into a robot. It changed from one vehicle form into another vehicle form. That was the idea of Mask. And they all had special masks that they wore. And it's funny because they actually linked the actual continuity with Mask. If you weren't familiar, the character of Matt Stryker, which was the main hero of Mask, is actually a G.I. Joe figure. They actually put Matt Tracker into G.I. Joe. And Venom, which was the bad guy version of the bad guy force for Mask. Yep, $4.76 at Walmart. Here. Matt, I think it was Matt Stryker. Let's see, Mask for G.I. Joe. Excuse me, Matt Tracker. Not Stryker, Matt Tracker. Matt Stryker is a wrestler. If you're not familiar with what he looked like, he actually had a carded figure. It came out several years ago. Let me get it here. A nice picture so you guys can see what it looks like. That's what he would look like. This is Matt Tracker version of Mask. So they made a G.I. Joe figure for him. Yeah, each Mask did something different, but they actually incorporated Matt Tracker into G.I. Joe. And the back of his card actually talks about, it's kind of a bad picture, but this is what it would look, kind of what he looked like out of packaging. Let it focus. There he is. It was on the 25th anniversary. He came with a sort of helicopter thing that he used. And he had a mask as well. But he was very, very cool. It was a very, very cool idea. And he was the only figure they made to incorporate Mask into G.I. Joe. On his actual tech spec card, his classified card, they actually talked about Venom, which was a side organization of Cobra, which is kind of cool. It should be okay in a second. I'm not seeing it lagging on my side. No drop frames. Give it a second. It should be okay. Testing. Testing. Should be okay. I'm not getting any drop frames. The stream is very healthy right now. It's not locking up. Is the stream okay, guys? How's the sound? Is it locking up at all? Please let me know. I'll run over for a couple minutes just because we had issues with the stream. But I definitely remember Mask. I love Mask. We talked Silverhawks. Someone, I think a gentleman mentioned Furby. I do remember the old school Furbies. Those were a big craze back in the day. And I think the way the Furbies work, I could be wrong on this. Yep, they're going to. Its entire universe, AA. ROM, Micronauts, Centurions, Transformers, Mask. It's all incorporated into GI Joe. It's all incorporated into one universe right now. That's what Hasbro has done. Yep, it's the Hasbro universe. Yep, no lagging here. Looks fine on my side, Jackie. Let me know if it's okay. Is the stream okay, guys? I'm not losing any packets. It's not locking up at all. I think it's okay. I believe it's okay. But I think as far as Furbies went, as far as I remember, the Furbies, they actually were able to talk to one another. Meaning if you had one Furby here and you put another Furby near it, they'll actually start talking to each other. It's something with the technology between these two creatures where I think they could do that. I don't know if they could do that now. I think they still can. But those things were freaky back in the day. Those things were super weird. Is the stream okay, guys? I think it's okay. Oh, if you weren't aware, if you look over here, right there, behind me, that's that Green Lantern picture I got from the artist. About a month and a half ago, I finally hung it up. Over here is going to be the Daffy Duck, Melvin the Martian. I just have to get the right hooks. The hooks I had were unfortunately the wrong ones. Kind of. We're nearing 10 o'clock, so let me know what other old school toys you remember. Toys from your youth. That's the whole idea of this stream. Toys of your youth. What are the toys you remember back in the day? We have some very good ones. What else? Robotics. I remember robotics. Absolutely. Even, what were they called? They were like Legos, but it was made of metal. They weren't called Legos, but they were called something else. I think they were all silver. I don't remember what they're called. It was a building type thing. It was a building construction sort of thing. It was to tap into the whole Lego market. But I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the name of that particular construction set. I can't remember what it was called. I'm drawing a blank on it. But I definitely remember robotics. Heck yeah. Tinker Toys. Heck, even the log cabin you made out of Tinker. I don't remember what the blocks were called, but you could make log cabins out of it. I remember the old school toys. Even Star Wars had old toys back in the day. The old vintage collection toys. The 3 3/4 inch toys are some of the most valuable toys from Star Wars you'll ever see. Very, very cool stuff back in the day. Absolutely. I had a few Star Wars pieces. I talked to AA about this, Star Wars collecting and hobbies. I know I had an R2-D2. It was the one with the little blue thing that the rangefinder would pop up. I had that one. I think I had a Luke, because the lightsabers for the old Star Wars figures, the lightsaber would come out of the forearm. It would slide out of the forearm, and that's how the lightsaber would come out. That's how you extend it. It wasn't an accessory. It was literally attached to the figure. At least for some of the older toys. I do remember that, absolutely. What other stuff do you guys want to talk about as far as troll dolls? Woo-hoo-hoo! Trolls, absolutely. I remember the old school trolls. That was a big craze back in the day with the funky hair you can brush. Absolutely. And one thing we haven't talked about, I'm very, very surprised it was never mentioned. You have to go with basically the queen of dolls, Barbie. Barbie dolls back in the day. Barbie dolls was a huge craze back in the day. Never had any, wasn't into the whole Barbie doll sort of thing. Same thing, My Little Pony. My Little Pony, another big toy line back in the day. Much bigger. The ponies back then, years ago, were much larger than the ponies that you see now. I mean, very big. They're about twice the size of the standard, let's say, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic pony that you would see. They were much bigger. The scale was much larger. The My Little Ponies you see now, and especially the blind bag stuff, is much smaller. But, I mean, that's another big toy line. You had My Little Pony, you had Barbie. Gem and the Holograms, even based off the cartoon, you had an actual toy line as well. Absolutely. I had a bug flying around. Ooh. I had a bug in the camera. It was a moth. But what else? What other toys do you guys remember back in the day? In your youth? I had a weird guest on camera. What other stuff do you guys want to talk about? We'll do a couple minutes of Q&A because next week's stream most likely is going to be an entire Q&A. I want to do an entire open stream of Q&A, open format to whatever you guys want to do. It's going to be a wide open format. We'll talk everything. We'll talk toys, cartoons. We'll talk video games, everything. And I'm starting to get the streams locking up again. Oh, looks like it recovered okay. Oh, it was dropping. Now it's all right. Only dropped 0.2 packets. So next week's stream is going to be talking about just open format. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I'll do a couple minutes of Q&A. Hit me up in chat, please. Let me know what you want to talk about. And next week's going to be a full Q&A. Full Q&A next week. And people who just joined back in the stream, still doing the Mountain Dew Ice. Shout out to Mountain Dew Ice. So what else do you want to talk about for Q&A? Hit me up, please. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't heard when it's coming out. I know they're making dramatic changes in that cartoon. It's not the same TMNT that we're used to. I still believe Nickelodeon has the rights to it as far as I know. I don't believe they've lost the rights as far as the cartoon aspect of Turtles. What I've heard, and take this with a pinch of salt, Leonardo's no longer the leader of the team. The leader of the team is Raphael. They did make it. Raph is the leader of the team now. Why? I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. I don't know. Again, this is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Let me know what else you guys want to talk about. That's all I know. I pick up bits here and there. I'm sort of your bard-esque person, the jack of all traits but master of none. And we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll cut the stream, just because I've had that issue with the stream cutting out on me. I will be going to a wrestling event this coming Friday called Ring of Honor. Me and my girlfriend are going to go. She's never been to a wrestling event. I've never been personally to a Ring of Honor event. It's down in West Palm Beach. I'm definitely going to go to that particular event. It's going to be very, very cool. This coming Friday, which is the 27th. I think it's the 27th. It's the 27th. So I'm going to be doing that this coming Friday, which will be very, very fun. Absolutely fun. Haven't been to a live wrestling event in a long time. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a fun show. But you guys don't want to talk about anything else. That looks to be it. People are leaving the stream right now, so I think it's time to cut it adieu. I think we're all set, guys. I'm streaming. I'm seeing it on my side. Let me take a look at it on my phone. Hold on. I am seeing the stream on my side. It shows it live. That one ended there. Let me try it here. Hold on. Let me make my seeing the stream on my side. Yep, it looks fine. I just tried it from my phone. I'm seeing it on my phone live. To answer your question, Hector, how often do I go out toy hunting? Not as much as I used to. I still go out maybe once a week and look around. I might not be shooting a hunting or a toy hunting video, but I'll look around. I still go to Toys R Us. I'll go there about once or maybe twice a week, only because they will do they're increasing their discount week by week now, or every couple weeks they'll increase their discount. In my area, it's at 40%, and those are for specialty portions of 40%. It's not the actual everything in the store 40%. Action figures, I think they bumped them up to 15%. Legos are still, unfortunately, at 5%. Funko items are at 15%. Transformers are at 15%. Mostly anything action figure, Black Series figures at 15%. Legendary Marvel Legend figures 15%. But they have a notice on their door that they get new stock every day. They put out new stuff supposedly every day. Jackie, you might be looking at the old stream. Make sure you click the new stream. When are they supposed to close? I don't know, Hector, to be quite honest. I don't know when they're actually going to be physically closing their doors. I'm assuming probably, my gut's going to tell me probably into July. June or July. I want to say more on July side than June. To basically, they're trying to sell everything. That includes fixtures, that includes furniture, that includes everything. They have just a silly amount of debt to wipe out. They're trying to sell everything they possibly can to wipe out this debt. And Jack, if you're still in stream, try either closing out your browser or go to the newer video and refresh your page. You should see me there. I just checked it. It's fine. You might be looking at the old version because there was two streams that went up, unfortunately, because of the encoder issue. But as far as I know, that's what I know, Hector. I want to do more toy hunting videos. I just haven't had a chance to. Again, still currently out of work. I have a couple things in the works as far as leads. I don't know if I'm going to be taking any of them yet. One was a second round interview that I'm waiting on, so hopefully something will come very shortly. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I do want to get back into the workforce. It kind of sucks being home. I mean, I could be putting out content every single day, but if I put out too much content too quickly, I think you guys would get bored of the content. There would be it wouldn't be a reason to watch my videos. I want you guys to anticipate my content. I have the ideas in place I got the okay with Tate's Comics. I'm going to be doing my 2nd year anniversary video sponsored by Tate's. That's going to be happening in the first week of July, which will be July 4th weekend, which will be my 2nd year on YouTube. So it's going to be a very big set of videos that I'm going to be talking about that and what I'm going to be doing for my 2nd year anniversary. It's a very, very cool idea. I think you guys will like it, I hope. But it's going to be very, very fun. Very, very fun. But that's about it, guys. I went over about another 10 minutes. I want to thank you all for coming in the stream. Again, apologies for the stream locking up. That's OBS. That is the streaming and coding software that many YouTubers use, many Twitch personalities use. Unfortunately, my machine isn't the beefiest and baddest machine. It works okay. Eventually, down the road, I'm going to be upgrading my rig just so it'd be a better machine. But right now, this is what I have in place. Thank you very much, Hector. I hope so. So I want to thank you all for sticking by on the stream with me. Again, apologies for technical difficulties. I'll see you in the next week's stream. Again, it's going to be an open QA stream, which is going to be an open door for you guys to do whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about. You want to talk Transformers, wrestling, cartoons, movies, whatever, we're going to do it. So I want to thank you all for sticking in the stream. We're going to be out in 3, 2, 1, and we're gone. Take care, guys. See you next stream.